I am Rekha. My USN is 2K23CS045. I am from CSC department.
I am Sahana. My USN is 2K23CS046. I am from CSC department.
We are presenting on the title Exercise on Distinguishing Activities of the Self and the Body. Myself Preethi. Now I am going to explain about the object of the exercise. The first objective is to clearly understand and differentiate the activities of self and the body. Here, this exercise helps us to realize that we are not just a body, there is also a conscious part called the self. Next, the self and the body have different roles in our daily functioning. When we understand the separate functions, we can act more wisely and meaningfully. Next, we know about the development self-awareness for better harmony and well-being. Here we know about the true nature that helps us to understand our needs, not just physical, but also emotional and mental too. It leads to more peaceful and stable life. We not only focus on external pleasures, and also here we know about clarity, purpose, and inner balance. Next is foundation for holistic perspective in life. Here we completely understand life, which includes both material and conscious aspects. Next, the holistic view helps us to make better choices and education, relationships, career, and society. It also promotes universal human values, leading to harmony in family, society, and also nation. Next we know about the understanding the self. Here, understanding the self. The non-material is self is non-material and conscious entity. Means the self is not made up of matter. It is invisible and cannot be touched. It is a part of us and it is alive, aware, and able to think. Next, while the body is like a machine, the self is one that uses and controls it. Next topic is next point is engages and in understanding, energy, reasoning, and desire. Means this self does mental activities like thinking, planning, imagining future events, and forming desires. It can analyze situations, make decisions, and form long-term goals. And these activities are beyond what the body can do alone, which body cannot do alone. Next, source of feelings like happiness, trust, fear, and respect. Emotions are not created by the body but by the self. We experience joy, love, anger, and peace in our consciousness, not in our physical organs. Understanding this helps us to take better care of emotional well-being. Next point is controls and directs body. Here, the self gives instructions and the body carries them out. For example, if the self decides to write, the body uses the hands to do so. Next, without direction of the self, the body has no purpose for the movement. Let us do the example. You choose what career to pursue. This is the self in the action. Means if you choose to become a doctor, the decision comes from the self, and the effort of studying, understanding, attending college, and practicing medicine is carried out by the body but guided by the self. Next, understanding the body. The first point is material and tangible component. The body is physical, made up of materials like bones, muscles, and organs. It has weight, shape, can be seen and touched. Next, works through sense organs. Means the body interacts with the world using eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. Means sense organs. It collects the information through these senses, which will be interpreted by the self. Next, needs physical things like food, shelter, and clothing. Means the body requires the physical resources to survive and stay healthy. This includes food for energy, clothes for protection, and shelter for safety. Next, cannot function without direction from the self. Means the body is like a machine. It cannot act unless the self instructs it. The self-consciousness, self is unconscious, means the body does not function actively. The purpose and direction of the body come from the self. Let us do the example. Walking is a bodily activity, but choosing to go somewhere is decided by the self. Means walking is done by the legs, but the decision to walk somewhere is made by the self. Without self-intention, the body wouldn't move meaningfully. Next part will be continued by Rekha.
I am Rekha. Now I continue the next part. And the name of the topic is Activities of the Self. The self, often referred as I or a consciousness, carry out internal, mental, and emotional activities that define our individuality and guide our actions. Next, desire, wanting to learn, eat, grow, etc. Here, involve the urge to learn, grow, be successful and contribute. These desires are not just a physical but also emotional, intellectual and spiritual. For example, wanting to understand a subject deeply or aspiring to make a positive change in a society. Next, thinking, analyzing, visualizing. Next, refers to analyzing situations, forming judgment and solving problems. Includes logical reasoning, critical thinking and reflective thinking. It helps to navigate the life's challenges and make a sense of experience. Next, imagining, creating mental images, future plans. Next, the ability to form mental images of things not present, not yet real. Importance of creativity, inventions and planning the future. For example, visualizing our dreams, career or creating in your mind before expressing it. Next, understanding, grasping the meaning, truth. Grasping the deeper meaning, essence or truth of things. It is not just knowing facts but making a sense of them a meaningful way. For example, understanding why kindness is important, not just knowing the word. Next, decision making, choosing among alternatives. The conscious process of choosing among different options guided by our values, knowledge and reasoning. This is a continuous process from a simple to life-altering decision. Next, these are conscious and continuous activities. These processes of a self are always active even if are not aware of them. They continue when the body is at rest, example during deep thought of or a dream. Next, occur even when the body is at rest. Next topic is distinguishing activities. Those are self and body. Here self is only capable of self. Then knowing is understanding and processing information. Here involves learning, understanding and applying knowledge. Include deep thought, intersection and self-awareness. Next, assuming means forming opinions and beliefs. The mind forms of beliefs, opinions and expectations. Next, these shapes our attitudes, perspectives and behavior. Next, recognizing means identifying and understanding the things. The self interrupts experience and understood the both internal and external phenomena. For example, recognizing that you are feeling anxious and understanding why. Next, fulfilling. Fulfilling means actively pursuing and achieving desires, especially those related to emotions and happiness. Here, pursuing goals and achieving desires trying to identify and emotions. Include a fulfillment in a relationship, career, art, spirituality and a job. Next, the body. Next, the body. Recognizing means perceiving a sensation and a stimulant. The body detects the sensations like a touch, heat, pain, sound and light. Next, stimulant. These are part of sensory system. Examples like eyes, ear and skin. Next, fulfilling. Responding to basic physical needs like eating, sleeping and movements. Next part continued by Arundhati.
I am Arundhati Rekha. The next topic is comparison table. This table helps us differentiate which activities are carried out by the cells and which are functions of the body, and sometimes both. It highlights how understanding this difference improves self-awareness and decision making. The first activity is feeling happy or sad. This is done by the cells because these are the emotional states, not the physical processes. They arise from how we perceive, think and interpret situations. The next is digesting food. This is carried out by the body because digestion is a biological automatic process. It's controlled by the systems like the nervous and digestive system. The next is planning your career. It is completely done by the cells because this is a conscious mental activity. It involves creating goals, evaluating opportunities, imagining the future and aligning it with values. The next is writing an exam. It's done by both self and body because the self recalls information, solves the problem self is the conscious entity, the one that thinks, decides, desires and feels. The body is the physical tool or a vehicle through which the self expresses its will. Just like a driver uses a car, the self uses the body to interact with the world. For example, when you decide to speak, your body executes it. When you plan to walk, the self initiates it and the body performs the actions. The next one is harmony is achieved when self understands and respects the body's needs. That means the self must take care of the body by understanding its basic needs: food, rest, exercise, hygiene. If the self neglects the body's health, it can't function properly, which affects overall the well-being. For example, a student preparing for exam must not only study but also ensure enough sleep and food. The next one is body follows the right directions from the self. That means the body should act according to the right understanding and intention of the self. The self should guide the body towards ethical, meaningful and productive actions. For example, using the body to help others pursue goals and express creativity guided by the positive intention. The next one is imbalance lead to. Imbalance lead to overindulgence in bodily pleasures. That means if the self becomes overly focused on bodily comfort, that means food, luxury, entertainment, it may lose control over the desires. This leads to addiction, laziness or unhealthy habits, causing physical and mental suffering. For example, excessive screen time, junk foods and substance abuse. The next is neglect of inner happiness and peace. That means when we focus only on physical satisfaction, we often ignore our deeper emotional and intellectual needs like love, respect, knowledge and purpose. The happiness comes from alignment of self and body, not just a bodily comfort. Without this, we may feel empty even if our material needs are fulfilled.